Hello, and welcome to the Happy Hour Hustle podcast with our host, Kim Bodie.
I am absolutely thrilled to be chatting with you.
Principal and fearless leader of 834 Integrated Communication. On this podcast, you're going to learn a lot about a lot, like public relations, marketing, digital, and advertising.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Forgive us if you hear some dogs in the background. We are obsessed with them, and there is a medium-sized pack at the office at all times.
Fantastic.
So grab a glass of wine, preferably one with ice in it, and learn a little something today.
All right, Small Business Saturday is right around the corner, and here at 834, as a small business ourselves, we represent a lot of other small businesses, specifically women-owned small businesses. Joining me now is Amy Sparks, president of Goldie. Hi, Amy. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Maddie. Thanks so much for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you guys are still looking for the perfect gift to get someone for the holidays this year, you're going to want to thank us for telling you about Goldie. They create custom ottomans for your home so you can get your photos, favorite patterns, whatever you need to match your room on that ottoman. They've also teamed up with universities, including U of M and Ohio State, to print officially licensed university branded ottomans, which is really exciting. It's just such a cool idea. We're really excited about it. Amy, tell everyone a little bit about how this idea came to be.
Sure. So Goldie is something that's just right, just for you. And this idea really came from a long journey that we started around the times of COVID, as more people were going home and feeling isolated and kind of disconnected from their business, a lot of students, from their universities and just feeling that kind of isolation. And we had started looking at opportunities to customize different types of furniture, both with our current customer base and then also just something that would go direct to consumers where it didn't really fit in with what our current customers were doing. And we saw this wonderful connection and just this really change in folks as they were able to put a logo for their business or a logo for their university. For a lot of the students we saw, during that pandemic, we're so looking forward to that connection of school and camaraderie with friends and found themselves at home, right? Learning by themselves, and just being able to brand something as simple as it sounds made this huge change. We saw these folks come back and go, I feel like I'm part of a community now. And I feel like I'm there. And just was so much power in that, that we really realized there's an extra depth to this connection piece and being able to customize something that's just right for you, that shows what you're passionate about. And so that took us on a journey of how can we do that? And how can we make furniture be more than just furniture, kind of an art piece, a connection piece, a centerpiece, and a conversation point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you guys have to go check out. We'll have a link to this in this episode, but these are really cool, well-made, awesome ottomans. Perfect piece for your home. We love them. But Amy, we want to talk about the fact you actually run two companies, which you kind of alluded to there. It's awesome. But this is the first consumer-facing company you've gotten off the ground. So what has that process been like?
It's been really interesting, right? For our entire group, it's really been a learning process for us. So we've been in business for 34 years. We've got a long history here in West Michigan, and we service, our partners are some of the largest OEMs in the office contract furniture market. And we manufacture on a contract basis a lot of their furniture, and moving more towards, as we saw through that COVID pandemic, forward facing to the end consumer is just a very different business model for us. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been very challenging, but it's been exciting to see. We have about 130 people here in our organization, but just really come alongside and with a whole different view on creativity, creating something specifically for them in a way that's been really wonderful, and a lot of support from our current customer base, because this isn't something that they do in Target in the way that we're doing it from the customization model. So it's been a wonderful opportunity for us to take all of the talent and the capabilities of our people and put it into products the way that we would make them for ourselves at home, and be able to showcase that. But it's definitely been a learning experience for us, and something that we're hopeful that the market really enjoys, that the consumer sees comes from a place of love from all of our people. They're all handmade here in West Michigan, and something that we want to continue to grow and become an extension of our family with our customers, where they can comment on on designs and different products that they would love to see and have that they can customize for their home and for other uses, obviously, that they have.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, just one more question. What do you want people to know about you or the company? Just some fun facts here.
Oh, sure. We're a family, and I think that's what resonates here with all of our people. We love connection. We love the communities that we work in and we serve in, and just that we really are proud of the products that we manufacture. We want to create something that's high quality. It's going to last. It's going to make a difference for people, because what we earn here goes into the families that work here and the communities that we support, and just that we are really proud of being here in West Michigan and the products that we make, and wanting to just service and provide something that's unique and valuable to people in a fun and creative way. So love for folks to check it out. You can go in, and I think you alluded to, you can design it to match your couch that you just can't find that piece, right? You can upload photos of your kids, your pets, favorite memories, trips you've taken, show your fandom. And I think the possibilities are really endless with this. And so we're excited to see where it goes. We appreciate everybody who supports small businesses like ours. And again, those families that they support, and you think about the supply base and everything else, the impact is really huge that we can have together. So we appreciate that from folks, and we want their feedback too. So tell us what you like, tell us what you wish you'd love to see and have, and let's see if we can't help each other out and just make a really big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Support small businesses, support local businesses, and also just find great gifts this holiday season. Something people haven't seen before.
Exactly. So
awesome. All right, Amy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate the time today.
Starting over once you have your business already off the ground is not an easy thing to do, but that's exactly what Kelly Stroburg did with her new publication, Nearlywed. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for being here with us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, a little background, you may recognize Kelly's name because she used to be the publisher of Grand Rapids Bride, but then she decided to go ahead and fill a market that didn't really exist here in Michigan. So, Kelly, can you talk a little bit about the journey to Nearlywed and how that came to be?
Yes, so we've covered the west side of the state for 20 years, and it's been great. I have amazing relationships over here, and we've been able to produce great results for our clients. What we realized a couple years ago, when the Knot, who we all know is the enormously large national publication, they used to have individual state publications. So the Knot Michigan, the Knot Illinois. And when they stopped publishing those, there became this void in the market where no one was covering the state as a whole. So you would have the ability to do a regional ad in the Detroit area, or a regional ad with me on the west side. Up north has a publication, but for vendors to get that statewide amplitude, there wasn't one resource that you could do that with that was a true multimedia resource that covered all the different channels, such as print, digital print, social, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Nearlywed, it's not newlywed, it's Nearlywed. Talk about that name, how it came to be.
Nearlywed actually came about from research. So when we decided that we wanted to cover the state, we really wanted to talk to not only couples who are actively planning their weddings, but also vendors in the area. And we wanted to find out, what was it that we were already doing right, so we could continue that, but what was it that people really wanted that we could really add to the mix? Like, what were the things that people were really wanting to get? And as we started the conversation, we kept referring to, as we have because of, just the long-standing, we kept referring to our target as brides. And we're very, very inclusive at Nearlywed. We are, love is love to us. And we want anyone who wants to share a life together to be able to do that. So we didn't want to, we wanted to acknowledge that and find, what are we going to call them? And was it just couples? Was it whatever? And as we were doing our research, some of the reports came back and referred to this target as nearlyweds. And literally on the call, we all stopped and said, wait a minute, what's that word? We love that word.
Such a great word.
We all stopped, and we kind of moved on. And then, as I started talking to industry people and referring to the Target as this, the reactions we kept getting from people just resonated. And so we just said, you know what, I think that's the name. And it's probably what we get commented on the most is just how different and fresh and new. And it's when we found out that the URL was available and we could buy it, we thought, this is just all very meant to be. So that's how we landed on it. And it was fun once we made a decision to go with that name.
Absolutely. And we love it. It's beautiful, by the way, the magazine. If you guys haven't seen it on newsstands yet, check it out, grab one. And they also have a beautiful online publication as well. And now, Kelly, you're not only working to expand your own business right now, but also helping other small businesses in the wedding industry in the state of Michigan. Can you talk about just why that's important to you and how you guys do that with Nearlywed?
Well, it's very important because we know that small businesses drive local economies, and we are very proud to be from Michigan and representing Michigan. And we really want to be a tool where couples who are planning their wedding can find the perfect vendor, regardless of where they are. And really with this ability to shine a light on all these smaller businesses throughout all of Michigan, we just love that we're being able to connect the proper people. And really what that ultimately does is it gives those businesses the ability to connect with more people, which means more business, which at the end of the day is what helps not only that business, but the community that they're serving.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want people to know about Nearlywed in this new publication, this new venture that you guys are going out on?
What I want people to know the most isn't even new. It's that really from day one, we've always been unique in that we are incredibly passionate about what we do and helping people find each other. And I don't mean the couples, they do a good job on their own. But helping, once they do become nearlyweds, helping them find that perfect vendor, because it's hard and it's overwhelming. And I think people get engaged and everything's exciting and they almost hit this paralysis where they don't even know where to begin and what to do. And I feel like what we want to be is just that safe space where things can slow down for a minute. We've got you. We're going to help you. Let us just lay this out for you. And if we can take the stress away and make this easier for people, and then ultimately just get them in front of the perfect person that's going to give them exactly what they need for their wedding. That to me is always my ultimate goal. Along the way, if I can give you so much inspiration and so many great things to look at and maybe make you laugh a little along the way via our Instagram or our blogs, then amazing. But really at the end of the day, it's all about just us getting a couple in touch with the perfect vendor, because that's ultimately what's gonna make that wedding day be perfect.
All right, Kelly, can you tell us where people can find Nearlywed? I mentioned newsstands, but you have this whole digital publication as well.
Yeah, so yes, we are on 1,000 newsstands all across Michigan, as well as into Chicagoland, because we know a lot of people will move to Chicago and still want to be married in Michigan. But yes, you can find us at nearlywed.com, where you can get daily content in the form of blogs, articles. You can search your vendors directly there. While you're there, you can click on our digital publication, which is an extremely unique cutting edge product where it's not the traditional flip book that people are used to. If you're on a big monitor, great. If you're on a mobile phone, which we know our target is, you want something that's more digestible in that format. So this digital publication scrolls like an Instagram feed. Everything is responsive. Everything is clickable. And we just would really love for as many people to use that tool as possible as well. And then you can, of course, find us on our socials, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook, and we would, again, daily content I think we post a reel, a story, and a feed post every day. So go on there, take our polls, have fun. We love interacting with our audience on those platforms as well.
Awesome. All right. Kelly, thank you so much for being here. And listeners, we'll catch you next time on the Happy Hour Hustle podcast.